Hey, what's up guys and gals? My name is Rick9G. Thank you so much for joining me today. We're going to be talking about the Addams Family. I want to thank you for all the support you've shown throughout the last couple months. It's been amazing, especially through this difficult time. Now, I have done many filming videos, basically showing you the locations of many different TV shows, and today I'm going to show you the Addams Family. What makes that very special is the fact that the Addams Family, 99% of all the filming took place indoors in one soundstage in, of course, a television/movie studio. Now, I wouldn't tell you which studio that is, of course, and tell you which one was actually outside. So let's take a look at pretty much the only real exterior shot in the entire series, and that's in the first episode. This is from season 1, episode 1 of the Addams Family, and it's these few seconds that we get to see the outside of the Addams Family house, but it was another location. It was actually not what we know or not what we usually see in that matte painting of the Addams Family house. Now, I can't get into all the details of the house. There was a real location for the Addams Family house. I'll put the address down below. But what happened is the people in charge of the show decided to create essentially another level to this house through a matte painting, and that's the image that we see at the beginning of every single episode of the Addams Family. And then the outside porch scene that I'm showing you now, that is shot indoors. That is no longer that house, the real property that stood on that location for that very first scene. It was really brief, but then again, everything else was shot in stage 3 and 8 in this movie studio. Now, it was called many different names over the course of history. It was called Hollywood Center Studios. It was called General Services Studios. Currently, as when this video came out, it is known as Sunset Las Palmas Studios. Now, you may not know, but the show I Love Lucy for the first 2 full seasons was shot here in the same studio on a different soundstage, of course, actually right next to the Addams Family. So the Addams Family and the Ricardos and Mertzes were actually next door neighbors, which is kind of funny. But yes, many movies, many TV shows were shot here. Again, I'll put links in the description here to my I Love Lucy video where I actually visit this same studio for you to look at. I walk around it. Very cool video, so go ahead and take a look at that. But I want to show you now a bird's eye view of this actual studio so you can see what I'm talking about and see what the studio looks like on this day. Alright guys and gals, so now after showing you some of the clips from the actual show and what it looks like, it's kind of cool to think about what this looks like in real life. So this whole block right over here, I'm highlighting it for you, is essentially Sunset Las Palmas Studios. No, it was previously known as General Services Studios and then Hollywood Center Studios. It's gone through so many names, so many different things, and many different things were filmed here. There's even a 76 gas station here, but most of the block is this essentially this movie TV company. Now, what's really cool is other shows are filmed here. I'm gonna zoom in to Romaine Street. Why? Because this is where I Love Lucy was filmed. Literally this building right over here, this gigantic building, how it comes out of here. Now, I actually visited this location in real life and I filmed a video on it, so if you ever want to check it out, I'll put a link in the top of this description for you to see that video. I walk around this building. It's really cool, and I tell you many more different things. But we're not talking about that. I just wanted to highlight and show those who've seen that will know this location will be a little familiar. But this is what we're looking at over here. This is both stage 3 and stage 8. It's a rather large building. If you really look, it's actually pretty much the biggest. If you don't include this one here, which seems to be administration, this one is here. It is pretty much the biggest sound stage on the property. It's fairly big. Now, what was in here was actually the porch set and the indoor house set. Anything else that was on the show in the Addams Family. You will even see the entrance over here, large entrance. And yeah, they would just build these sets over here, pretty toweringly tall. Pretty much 99% of everything that you see on screen was in this building, as I mentioned, minus the actual exterior of the house, which I talked about in another video, which you can check out as well. But this is what I wanted to show you, this location. And you can see it over here, stage 3 and 8. So I'm assuming there were 2 and they just thought, hey, these are too small, why don't we just make one, and we need one a big one anyway. So if we actually come down over here on street level, now they're doing some construction here, you can actually see 3 and 8 over here by the street. So if you come over here on Romaine Street and you park alongside, you can actually see the stages from the outside. You can walk along. This is all public property as well. Now what's really cool is this side street. I never noticed it before. You can drive upside here. It is a public road, nothing like that, but this is really cool. It says green screen stage, and look at you can just enter it from the outside. It's really crazy. Now it doesn't mean the public can, but I mean how open it is to the public in that sense. Like you can come up all the way in here, and this is the other side of stage 3 and 8. That is where Addams Family was filmed. So it's really cool to be able to see it up close. I mean, you can come up to this gate to come and visit. So I hope you like this. It's a quick look. Remember, most of the show was shot indoors, and so this is it. This is the location. So I hope you enjoyed this. Check out my other filming locations video. I talk about, of course, I Love Lucy, Gilligan's Island, the show Chips from the 1970s, so many, even Emergency. So go check them out. I think you'll enjoy it. We'll see you next time, guys and gals, and don't forget, be hopeful. Thank you to my Diamond tier patrons, Andrew B, Sydney R, Ricky, and David D. I appreciate everyone who supports me on Patreon. If you want to get exclusive content like knowing what videos are coming out the day before, as well as many other things like podcasts, feel free to subscribe to Patreon. Link is in the description. Thanks so much.